Hi, welcome to Bravo Easy to Learn English course, and today we are going to be seeing one of the many varieties of the courses that we are here to offer you. Today we are going to see, it's called preposition. In English there is many varieties of the sections, so it's a vast course as I told you earlier on. So this is one of the many, but this is commonly used, so it will be very useful to you. It's called preposition. Okay. Now preposition is a very essential to sentences. So when we are forming a sentence, these preposition words are very commonly used and it has to be used. Without it, it has no meaning. So that is what is called preposition. Positioning pre. So it's combined together, it's called preposition. And it's an additional and a necessary details to forming the sentences. So this is like, a few of the many that I can teach you today, but let's just start with the definition of the preposition. So it's commonly like 80 to 100 prepositions that are used in everyday use. So like, in writing, speaking, without these words, some of these words, we cannot form the sentence. Some of the commonly used words, okay, which we come across in our everyday conversation, everyday letter writing, everyday hearing from people. It's I've got about 15 words here to start off with because I've run out of space. So we're going to have many more, but the first 15 is about, above, across, after, against, along, behind, below, beneath, beside, between, down, during, except, for. I'm sure you would have heard these words used in almost every sentence that we have to form when people are talking to us or when we have to write in the letter writings. So this is just a few of the many, starting from like 0 to 15. So there's many more to come. Continuing from the 15th, now the 16th word is from, in, off, off. It's the same sound but two different meanings to it. On, onto, opposite, out, outside, till, to, towards, under, until, with and within. So these are like 30 commonly used words that I have taken it to show you as an example of the prepositioning. And now we are going to go into that. Each word we are going to be able to make a sentence so that you understand where the preposition word is used in a sentence. So we learnt about the 30 commonly used words in preposition. Now let me go through one by one and give you at least couple of examples so that you can understand how the words are used in a sentence. Okay, so the first one is about. There are about 40 students in my class. Now if you take away the about, you can still read it as there are 40 students in my class. But that means there are surely 40 students in my class. The moment you use the preposition word about, there are about 40 students in my class, that's approximately. There could be 39, there could be 41, 42, 43. So when you're not sure, but you really have to make the injunction of the word, then you say there are about 40 students in my class. Second one, the post office is about 10 kilometers from here. So when somebody asks you where is the post office or the nearest post office, you're not sure, but you would think approximately 10 kilometers. So you say the post office is about 10 kilometers from here. So these preposition words play a very vital role in any sentence, but it makes a big meaning. So about is used here and there, and you can see these are very commonly used words. Okay, now the second word is above. There is a little house above the river. As I told you before, the preposition means it adds a necessary meaning or a detailed meaning to the sentence. So instead of saying the river, the house is there, it says it's above the river. So you know that the river is flowing there and the house is sitting on top of the river. Second one, your son is well above average in mathematics. He is an average student. So when the teacher is telling the parent, your son is well above, that means he is doing better than the average student. So it gives a meaning to the sentence. Okay, now we are going to be seeing the third word, which is across. I have written on top of the board here for you to know why these preposition words are used. I'll repeat again, it adds necessary or additional details to the sentence. So you can see by adding these words, it adds on additional meaning to it, and it's very necessary for you to use the preposition words to form the sentence. So across, they swam across the stream. So the stream is there, they swam. That means they swam across the stream. So they've gone further from there. My brother lives across the road. So if you ask, where does your brother live? He lives across. That means almost opposite, almost in front of. So that's the meaning it will come to, across the road. Okay, now the fourth one out of the 30 that we have seen, it's called after. Couple of examples again. I will meet you after 2 days. I will meet you after 2 days. As I said to you before, it gives a necessary or additional detail. So this after gives the additional detail. I will meet you. You can say in broken English, I will meet you in 2 days. No, I will meet you after 2 days. So that means he's not going to meet the person in the first 2 days. Definitely not. If you say I will meet you in 2 days, that means you are meeting within the 2 days. So this is after 2 days, means it can be with the third day, it can be even the week, but it will be after the 2 days. Second one, the police was after the bank robbers. So the policeman was chasing after, running behind. That's what the meaning is, He's in intention of catching the robbers. So he's going after the bank robbers. So this is like the fourth word, which is called after. Two simple examples. I will meet you after 2 days. The police was after the bank robbers. Okay, the fifth word is against. What do you have against me? It's a question, right? Why are you so mean to me? What do you have against me? What have I done wrong? Okay, so what do you have against me? Second one, I don't have to defend myself against Ram. So there's a problem between you and Ram, but you are so confidently saying, I don't have to defend myself against Ram. So the word against is used here in a question format, here in a statement format. So the word against, it gives an additional detail to the sentence. So what do you have against me? I don't have to defend myself against Ram. So it's a necessary statement she's making here, saying, I'm so confident of myself, I don't have to defend myself against Ram. So against is used here, and couple of examples are here which is useful to make the form the sentences. The sixth word is along. The examples I've said here, they are walking along the street. You can even say they're walking on the street. But when you say walking along the street is going and they're walking parallel to the street. So it goes along the street. Ramu is running along the beach. You could even say Ramu is running on the beach. But when you say Ramu is running along the beach water is flowing and the Ramu is going along with the water speed. So which is used along. So it's a conjunction word, again this used to make the meaning a little bit more specific. Instead of simple format, they are walking on the street, they are walking along the street. They are going with the flow. So that's what the meaning of along, which is an additional detail to the sentence. Seventh word of the 30th word that we have chosen here is behind. Couple of sentences. The teacher was standing behind me. It's like behind, it's in the back of me. So the meaning is, it's at the back of me. So the teacher was standing behind me. My friend Venu sits behind me in the class. So he sits at the back of me. So another meaning is the behind. So there's two sentences. The teacher was standing behind me. The friend Venu sits behind me in the class. Okay, the eighth word is below. The pass mark is not below 40. So that means they have to take above, which is over. We'll come to that later. So the pass mark is not below 40. So the 40 is the cutoff line. So it's anything below 40, it's not accepted as a pass mark. Second one, the student below average was given a retest. So the school sets a target for an average. It could be 35, 45, whatever the subject target is. If the student gets something below that, he has to do a retest. So it's like underneath, down. So the student below average was given a retest. So you can see beneath is added on additional detail to form the sentences of the depth of the sentence. So when you say it looks like the ground is in her feet is shaking, it doesn't make much sense. But the moment you say it looks like the ground beneath her feet is shaking, that means the depth of the ground. The same thing here, the soil beneath our garden is soft. So the soil itself is on the lower ground. So the beneath the soil, which is going further down the soil, is soft. 10th word is beside. I've got two examples here. The school is beside the clinic. So when you say beside, it's like next to, adjoining. So the school is beside the clinic, its meaning is next to the clinic. But the more significant way of explaining is with the word beside. Sheila is not interested to sit beside Gokul. That means she is not interested to sit next to Gokul. But as I said to you, like in English you have such simple words which are elaborated too. So in here, as I said to you before, adds additional or necessary details to the sentence. So this adds on an additional better word to say Sheila is not interested to sit beside Gokul. Now there is a little confusion because there is beside and besides. Now don't mistake this for the plural of beside. It is not so. It has the same sound with an additional s, but the meaning changes drastically. So for example, Mahesh wants to learn other languages besides Hindi and Latin. So that means Mahesh is already learning Hindi and Latin. Now he wants to learn a third language, which is beside Hindi and Latin. That's additional to. So the meaning will become additional to. So here the meaning is next to. So it's two different meanings, very similar sounding, with just one letter added on, which is s, which is not the plural of beside. So that's how confusing English can become. But once you get the hang of the language, then you would understand where to use it. But if you look at it like this, you'll be thinking, oh, it's two different meanings, it's very similar sounding, very similar spelling, with just one word makes such a big difference. Okay, the 11th word is between. This is a secret between you and me. So it involves two people. So the word between is used commonly when two different things are being incorporated. So as I said to you, additional detail, okay. So there is a secret between you and me. So it says, I have a secret, you have a secret, and we are going to keep it between ourselves. So that's what the meaning of between means. It involves two people. Second one, I struggle to balance between my work hours and studies. Again, there's two objects here. One is his working hours, the other one is his studying time. So now he's finding it difficult to balance that between these two. So you can see that it's used, the word between is used in two objects, will be connected together with the word between. The 12th word is down. Examples are, the door broke down suddenly. So like down is, it's falling off, like going down, falling down, going down, falling, that kind of meaning. So the door broke down suddenly. So the door was standing and it just broke down suddenly, so it's fallen. The car went down the hill. So it's like the road is like down the hill. So there's a hill area, then you're going down the slope. So the car went down the hill, so it's going down. So that's what the meaning of it. So you can see, like, again is the necessary or the additional details to the sentence. So this adds on, the car went down the hill, right? So with the word down, it emphasizes that the car has gone down the slope. 13th word, during. Now during means it happens in a space. It can be a travel, it can be a season, it happens between this to this. Okay, so nobody spoke during the journey. So the journey could be an hour or two or whatever it may be, but nobody spoke during the journey. So the journey was going on and nobody spoke. So that's what the meaning is. Secondly, fruits are cheaper during the winter season. So there's a season called winter season, and that time fruits are cheaper. But in summer season, it's expensive. So it's a period, winter season. It's a journey, is a time lapse. So during is used in between either time lapse or a period of explanation of two different things. The 14th word is except. Two examples again. The shops open daily except Sundays. So it emphasizes that the shop is open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, except. So that particular is an exemption. It's just, it's taken out, pulled out, okay, except Sundays. Everyone was invited except Raju. The whole class, the whole team was invited, but Raju has to stand out. So he was not invited. So except him, everyone was invited. So except means it just stands out. It prominently exceptional. It just stands out from the rest of the days or people or wherever it is in a mass crowd, or it could be on a date. It just stands out. Okay, we're doing pretty good. We have come half the way. Now the 15th word is for. It's very specifically used. Look at the example. The book was bought for my sister. Not for anybody else. It was just for my sister. So very specifically it emphasizes who it was bought for. Ronaldo is playing for the Manchester United football team. He's not playing for anybody else. He's playing for. So that means he's not only for that. It emphasizes for that particular meaning, for that particular sister, for that particular team. So for is a very, very commonly used word, which it gives a specific meaning why it's been done. So I work for Bravo School. I don't work for anybody else. I work for Bravo School. So it's like, it's a very specific word, a small word, but which has a very, very depth meaning to it. Okay, now the 16th word of the 30th is from. Couple of examples again. I come from London. So it's like I'm from is where I come. Where are you from? Where did you come from? So, like I come from London. Second one, the letter came from the Ministry of Education. Where did the letter come from? It came from the Ministry of Education. This is also one of the very, very common words that's used in everyday speech and letter writings. And you would have heard people using it all the time. So now it's what it emphasizes and where we have to use it from. 17th word is in. Very small two-letter word which has a lot of meaning and it's used very, very commonly. Here I've set up an example saying Chennai is in Tamil Nadu. So it's like inside, it's in the pocket. So Chennai is in Tamil Nadu because Tamil Nadu is such a wide country and Chennai is one of the city which is in Tamil Nadu. Second example, there are only 50 students in the class. So the class has 50 students. So you say 50 students in the class, okay, because it's a class of 50 and the students are in the class. So the word in, it's a very small but a meaningful word which is used to combine the sentence together. Okay, so as we spoke before, preposition of the word in is an additional detail given to make the sentence incorporated. Today we are going to learn the 8 parts of speech in English. In the English grammar there are 8 simple parts of speeches that we use commonly. The first one is the verb, noun, adjective, adverb, pronoun, preposition. She is falling off the roof. It's an action. She is falling off. She is on top of the roof and she is falling off the roof. Mahesh switched off the light. That's again an action, that he went to the switch and he switched it off. So he switched off the light. Now off, it's very similar sound but 2 different meanings. Here it's off is used with one example. The train consists of 12 compartments. So each compartment makes the entire train. So each compartment is joined together. So it says the train consists of, how many compartments has it got? It consists of 12 compartments. So you can see, like in English you have many words like this. This will have the very similar sounding but 2 different meanings and it's used in 2 different concepts altogether. 19th word is on. Before we saw in. these are like very small 2-letter words which has a lot of depth to the meaning to it. So here we are going to look at on. Examples are the book is on the table. So when you leave a book, you say the book is on the table. It's there, sitting on top. Raju will meet you on Friday. So it's a specific thing that Raju is planned to meet you on Friday. So you can see it's like a 2-letter word which is used as a conjunction, as an additional detail to make the sentence a little bit more meaningful. Okay, we have come to the 20th word of the 30 words that we are learning today. So we have successfully done 2/3 of the syllabus. This is a word called onto. It's not a very commonly used word, but it is used in letter writings and essays more than speaking English. It's more of an action. You do something and you specify the action. So here it says he fell down onto the floor. You can say he fell on the floor. It has the same meaning. But onto the floor, it's a bit more specifically that he's fallen down. Here he poured shampoo onto my hair. You can say he poured shampoo on my hair. It's the same meaning. But when you say he poured shampoo onto my hair, that means he specifically put it on my hair. So it's like I think it's used more on specific action, but definitely not commonly used when you speak about it. It's more it's when you write about it. Okay, we are doing pretty good. We are coming down the line. Now we are on the 21st word. It's called opposite. Now this is one of the very common words that's used, and the couple of examples here I've done is the chess player sat opposite to each other to start the game. So it's like, it means that there's two people sitting in front of each other. So you just say that person is sitting opposite. So the chess players sat opposite to each other to start the game. Second example is the park is on the opposite side. So where is the park? It's on the opposite side of the road, opposite side of the school, wherever you want to say. So opposite means in front of. Or like, literally the meaning is to be in front of. So this is one commonly used word that is used in speaking English and also in writing English. So it's a very, very commonly used word that is an additional detail to be given in the sentence. Okay, now the 22nd and the 23rd word we are going to combine because it has a very similar meaning. It's out and outside. Let me first start with out. Couple of examples. The batsman was given out by the umpire. So when the game is going on, the batsman has, he's given out. So that means he has to leave the place. He was told to get out from the class. The teacher has told him to get out from the class. So he was in the class before, now he's told to get out of the class. So out is just going away. From wherever you are, going away. In here, the batsman was given out. So he was playing the game and he had to be given out. So he had to go away from the match. Here, the student was in the class and he was told to get out from the class. So he's going away from the class, getting out of the class. Outside. He waited outside of the theatre. So they were waiting to be seen or maybe to meet up. So he waited outside the theatre for his friends. For some purpose he was waiting outside. It is out, but it's not out, it's outside. So he's waiting away from the theatre but outside the theatre. We lived outside the city. So when people ask, where do you live, in the city or outside the city? No, we live outside the city. So it's away from the city, which is out of the city, but outside of the city. So it's like, in English you have a lot of these words. As I said to you earlier on, the meaning will be similarity, the sound will be similar to it, but it's entirely used in two different areas of it. So out and outside. It's our 22nd and the 23rd word in the 30th words that we are going to be learning today. Right, we're doing very well. We come to the 24th word, which is till. Now this is again a very common word that you would hear every day. Somewhere down the line you will be hearing a person speaking about it. The work won't finish till next week. So it's more of an action. The work is happening, but it won't finish till next week. So there's a time scale on it. There is a specific time scale. It says that it won't finish till next week. The exam doesn't start till tomorrow. So there's going to be an exam, but it doesn't start till tomorrow. So again, it's an action which is specified to make the sentence much more stronger and meaningful. So I'll repeat, the work won't finish till next week. The exam doesn't start till tomorrow. So this is a very common word that you would hear every day, and now you know how to use it, and it'll be pretty useful for you to know how and where you have to incorporate this word. Okay, now we have come to the 25th word of the 30th that we have seen today. It's called the to. It's again a very small letter word which is used like in, on, so like to. This is a very commonly used word which is to incorporate a sentence. So here I've got again two examples for you. Please pass the book to Paul. So to is the preposition of the word. Now we spoke about this earlier on, and I told you that whom, where, how and why are the common preposition words that are used in connection with the sentences. So for example here, please pass the book to Paul. So who is Paul? So whom are you passing the book to? Is to Paul. So the word to, the meaning is to whom. The school is next to the church. Now where is the school? So here, where is the school? The school is next to the church. So the word to, it's incorporating the meaning of two sections. So here the school is one, church is the other one. So this word to is incorporating where the school is. Here passing the book is one action. To whom are you passing to? Is to Paul. So here is incorporating two actions together. So that is the additional detail again to the sentence. Here the word is to. Okay, number 26 is towards, and the couple of examples that we have chosen is, the first one is, when I was riding my bicycle towards the park, I met Paul. So you can see there's two actions happening. He rode his bike, he met park, but the incorporated word is towards, because he went towards the park where he met Paul. Second one is, Helen was walking towards the office, because she action is, she's walking and she's going to the office. So the incorporated word here is towards. So towards is another very commonly used words that you hear every day in speaking English and also in writing English. So this is couple of examples, then it's again the additional detail to the sentence. So this gives the full details of what is happening. So it's more of an action word. Okay, now we have come down to the 27th word out of the 30, which is under. This is again a very commonly used English word in writing and speaking. The first of the example is, the ball fell under the chair. So it's more of an action that has happened, and where is it? It's where. So it is under the chair. The dog is resting under the table. Now where is the dog? It's under. So it specifically says where is it placed. So it's more of a word that is used to say exactly where it's positioned. So the ball fell under the table, so it's positioned at the moment right under the table. The dog is resting under the table, so now the dog is sleeping or resting under the table. So where is the dog? Under the table. Where is the ball? Under the chair. Okay, we are doing pretty good, and we have come to the 28th word out of the 30th, which is until. Now this is again a very common word that you would hear in the normal conversation between people, and the two examples are, I can't write the exam until September this year. So you can see there is a specific waiting period. So there is a time limit for it. For this particular answer, I can't write the exam until September this year. So he has to wait for that specific time. Here the sun doesn't rise until 6 a.m. in the morning. So this is a routine that happens with the sun. Again, we have to wait for 6 o'clock in the morning minimum to see the sunrise. So there is a waiting period. There is a specific time limit for these sentences which are used, and it's again, as I said to you before, it's again a very common word that you would hear by using with people in writing English and speaking English, and it's a necessary or an additional detail to give to make the sentence more specific. Okay, now 29th word. We are coming almost to the end of the syllabus. It's with. Two examples again. Susan works with her sister. Now here you can see it's an injunction of a word. Susan works, her sister also works, but they work together. So instead of saying together, it says Susan works with her sister. So they work together. Second, the waiter will be with you shortly. So you've gone to a restaurant and you're waiting to be served. So somebody comes and says, sorry sir, the waiter will be with you shortly. So it's an action that's going to happen. You're waiting, seated, the waiter is going to come. So the waiter will be with you shortly. He or she is going to be with you to get the order. Susan is with her sister to work. Okay, now we have come to the last word, the 30th word of our syllabus, within. Now the previous word was with. Now this is within. So you can see the injunction of the in that's added on with the with. We learnt about with, we learnt about in. Now they are two different concepts. Now see how the words are mixed up in English together. So to form a new word which has a different meaning to it. So this is within. Now the examples are, I am expecting the parcel to arrive within a week. So you can see very clearly she is expecting the parcel will come. Now within the week will be the time scale. So there's a time scale that she's waiting. So when you're asking, has the parcel arrived? No, I'm expecting the parcel to arrive within a week, so which is the time scale. Shirley will start her journey within 2 hours. So Shirley is getting ready to have her journey wherever she is going, but it will happen within 2 hours. So again a time scale that it's emphasizing to see the meaning of Shirley starting her journey within 2 weeks, the parcel to arrive within a week. Now I hope that you have found this particular syllabus of prepositioning the words. Okay, one more time I will tell you the meaning, which is it adds necessity or the additional details to the sentence. And now there's about 30 commonly used out of many words. There's about easily 80 to 100 words in English which are used as preposition, but now we can't be talking about the whole thing. That will go terribly boring and also too wide of a syllabus. So we have used the common 30 words that you will be using in your everyday speech, everyday writing. And I hope it was useful to you, and I hope as in Bravo Easy to Learn English Institute, we are trying to make your life simple to learn the words. Thank you.